Okay, you're ready.
All right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Uh, I'm sitting on a 17-foot Grumman canoe that you're going to see in a lot of these pictures. I got it for I think it was my 14th birthday, and I was in the Boy Scouts. I'm an Eagle Scout, and we went on a 100+ mile trip on the Merrimack River, and I really fell in love with canoeing for a number of reasons. One, I've always been very interested in geology. I majored in geology, and I've got a number of papers on Ozark fossils, and that's a whole other story. But anyway, with the rivers and the canoe, I fell in love with canoeing, and we floated 110 miles or so on the Merrimack, and that was the first canoe trip I'd been on, and I really liked it. So for my 14th birthday, my parents bought this screw-in canoe, and that's what you'll see in a lot of these pictures, because a lot of them are taken some in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and I was using this canoe. And the one you see in the foreground here is one that came from through where I taught at Flo Valley, at Florissant Valley Community College. Was with the outdoor club, and we arranged to get a series of canoes, and this is one of them that ended up here, and in later pictures we're using these canoes, but it's also a Grumman, 17-foot Grumman, and without a square stern. Canoes with square sterns are that way because they are used to mount a motor, and almost all the pictures that you're going to see on the screen are paddle canoes, some of them on trips to 100 miles. And I have on this canoe here, on this original one, I figured up one time I have at least 6,000 miles of floating on it. Now that's a canoe, that's not a car. That's a canoe. 6,000 miles of mostly Missouri and quite a bit in Arkansas, but mostly in the Ozarks. And as you may or may not know, the Ozarks are a prime area for beautiful waterways, spring-fed streams that are many of them crystal clear and really absolutely delightful. Some of the most beautiful streams on the planet that I know of are in the Ozarks of Missouri and Arkansas. And anyway, what you're going to see on the screen is a kind of a outline or potpourri of Ozark rivers of what amount to thousands of miles of trips on Ozark rivers by this and canoes like this here, mostly aluminum Grumman canoes. These are really tough. They're made by the Grumman airplane company that use aluminum pieces that are, I guess, scrap pieces when they're making aluminum aircraft, particularly fighter aircraft. And this is tempered aluminum, so it's really tough. And being really tough is very important in Ozark rivers because Ozark rivers are covered with chert. And the shallow waters, when you get in them, you have to drag over or you're riding over chert. And you may or may not know, but if you drive around on back Ozark roads, which are made of chert, you'll really wear your tires out really quick on your car. And this will do the same thing to a canoe. And you'll see this is kind of bent in, and the black stuff on there is roofing tar that covered holes that developed from chert sticking through the aluminum. It actually can eventually abrade the aluminum, and there's some places here with some 6,000 miles of floating, mostly in Ozark rivers. You do some damage to the canoe, and that's what the tar's on there. But that's one of the things that keeps Ozark rivers very clean is they're continually being filtered by this chert that they have. And this chert is in all of the streams, so the tributary streams in the Ozarks are also very rocky and full of chert, and it constantly filters the water and keeps it very, very clean and very, very free of sediment.
How many times did you have to change the oil on that canoe?
Oh, we have to change it about once every year.